Welcome back, everybody. We're back once again with another video for traveling with the L's. And so this time we're going to take a nice trip. And so where are we heading to?
We're going to be going to Newport, Rhode Island. It's a beautiful little spot on the coast. And there's a lot of neat things there to go and see and do. What are we got? Some of the things we're going to do.
One of the things that's important is the mansions, because that's what it's all about. The Newport, Rhode Island is the home of dozens of mansions. So we're going to pick several mansions. We're going to tour a few of them. We'll give you our take on them and certainly what the cost of getting into those mansions is.
Yeah, we looked up ahead of time. We're actually going to do 3 for sure, because we can buy a pass that includes 3. And if you're going, Vanderbilts were a big time back in the Gilded Age. Actually, it's sort of funny that the mansions back then, they called them cottages because they visited there in the summertime. But we're so excited to visit the cottages. So, but there's a lot of other things that we're going to get to do in Newport. What else are we going to do, Les?
There is some neat stuff there to do. Is definitely like the cliff walk area is something that we really look forward to. It's a walk right down by the water, and it's like a mile or more long, where you can get right down between the mansions and the ocean. And we're going to do that. And there's a place called 40 Steps that goes down to the water. We're going to try that out, and that's something going to be pretty cool too.
Yeah, there's a lot of natural areas that we're going to be able to see and visit. I know at the tip of Newport, there's a beautiful state park. We're going to take some time to visit that area. It's called beach, but it's not really a beach. It's rocky. And what's neat about that is there's tidal pools. And I'm so excited because in these tidal pools, we might be able to find sea glass. I haven't found sea glass yet. I would love to find sea glass. So I'm going to be looking. So I'll have you along to see if I find any of that. But we have the mansions. And Newport is also known for sailing. So it's a beautiful harbor. We're going to be able to see the harbor. What else is along the water there? There's
so much good stuff. One of the things I like so much is I like the coast in New England, because it's not the typical sand beaches stuff. It's more of that real hardy rock beaches and coastline that really can weather the storms. And so I like that. I like walking around on that, enjoying myself. But there's also something we're looking forward to also, and that is we're going to take a ferry over to Block Island. And so we plan on doing that for a day, and that'll give us maybe get to see some things that are on that island that normally maybe if you didn't take the ferry, you'd never get to see.
Yes, I'm excited for that too. I know that there's some beautiful natural areas over there on Block Island. Mohegan Bluff looks like it's going to be gorgeous, so I can't wait to see that. And even the little town that the ferry comes into with some really cute shops and places to eat. Talking about eating, we're going to make sure that we let you know where all the places that we find to eat. And we're going to talk about the food too, because we have to talk about the food.
Right. So that's one of the highlights, of course, to go to New England is you're going to be wanting to eat seafood and some of these little quaint little restaurants that are, very popular for tourists. We're going to try some out. Some of the other things too, as far as the shopping, because there's a lot of little shops in this town, and Thames Street, I think, is one of the main streets there. And so with restaurants and shops, we're going to check those and see really what appeals to us, and we'll let you know. And maybe it'll be something that you would enjoy when you visit.
Yeah, and so, some of the eating establishments, at least a couple of them, we're going to try right on the water. Since it is such a pretty harbor, we're going to be able to dine right along the water. And our weather looks good, so hopefully we'll be able to do that. And something that we're doing that we'd like to share with you too is we're trying an Air B&B. So instead of hotel, if you followed us in our main trip, on our main trip last fall, we stopped at hotels. This time we're going to be trying an Air B&B. So, and that's actually, what's the little town?
It's Middleton is the town, and it's only a few miles north of Newport. So it should be a pretty good general area that we can easily, within a 20 minutes or so, get in and out of pretty much all the places that we're looking to see.
Yeah, I'm excited because it looks super cute. And something else we're doing a little different is we're actually traveling in a group. We have friends with us, and we have some family. There's going to be 6 of us all together, so we're going to be traveling in a passenger van. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's about 6 hours from where we live, so we're going to have a little bit of a trip. We're planning on leaving early in the morning so that we can have the full day there in Newport. So there's a lot of things we're looking forward to, and we can't wait to share with you.
So stick with us. The next couple days, we're going to have a fantastic time. We're heading to Newport, Rhode Island. And so you're going to want to like and subscribe so you get all the videos. And remember, you're traveling with the L's.
Cozy Nest in Middleton, Air B&B. We're going to go in and take a little look around. All right, so we're going to come in the house. We come into the stairway. Here's the dining room area. Very nice. A little bar area. Kitchen. Very nice. Okay. It's kind of like a circle. Here's bathroom number 1. And then just a step in shower. Nicely tiled. This is storage. So you can see storage if you need storage. So all these are storage. Here's a nice little sitting area. Very nice sitting area. here is the TV room. This sofa actually makes out into a sofa bed. All right, so now let me take you upstairs to show you. I'll show you the, well, hello up there. I'm gonna come up and look at these bedrooms. All right, so this is a 3-bedroom house. So we're gonna go to the right here. This is a king-size bed. Lots of storage. And a nice little sitting area. And then they have a little little outdoor porch, which is super cute. A little seating area. Okay, this is bathroom number 2. So, and this is nice if you have kids. If you have kids, it's actually a bathtub, so you can do baths for the kids. Okay. This is bedroom number 2. This is another king bed. The dresser. I'm not sure. This is probably a closet. Yep. Towels and washcloths do come with this Air B&B. Plus the beds are made. Window air. Okay, and then this is bedroom number 3. This is really cute too if you got kids. So you got a up and down bunk bed, storage, another window air, and then this actually is a trundle bed. Underneath the mattress here, you can see there's an extra right here. This pulls out for more bed. Okay. All right, so now let's go down. Starting in 2024, they did an update to the basement. So let's go down and look at the basement. This door goes down to the basement. All right, so please keep off when not, okay, I don't know why that's, oh, stairs light. Here we go. All right, so let's go down. Yeah, just this year they added this room down here. Okay, so game room. So you have air hockey, you have foosball, you have a little arcade machine, large TV, and then theater seating. So this is really nice too. We'll be down here in the evening playing some games, maybe having some beverages. And then over here is the utility. Plus there's games and books. Okay, the light's not turning on. I don't know why that light's not turning on. Hopefully you can see, even though this is dim light. Down here some puzzles and games, books. And then back here's a little laundry area where you can fold your laundry, do your laundry, an ironing board. So this is Cozy Nest in Middleton. We're at Anthony's Seafood in Middleton, and we're trying some of their different seafood. I am trying their New England clam chowder. It's actually very good. The one thing I will say is it does have bacon in it. So if you're not a bacon lover, you might not want it, but I think it's delicious. So that's the New England clam chowder. Now I'm gonna be getting fish tacos, and Les is getting the fish and chips, right? So when that comes out, we'll take a picture for you. Good. All right, so here's my fish tacos. Boy, do they look good. And then there's Les's fish and chips. He's gonna try. You wanna take a bite? Try it. See what you think of it.
It's extremely hot.
Blow on it. What do you think?
It's very good. Very good.
I'm gonna taste the fish taco. It looks so good. It's good. Wow, can you see? Look in there. It's very good. Delicious.
So here's the breakers, as you see. Look at that entrance to the breakers. Here's Susie Tourist here, heading in. It is one large operation here. They got gardens out here to the right. And then the backdrop is gonna be the ocean. There's the entrance. You come in here. Look at the ceilings. Looks like a sky. Cliff, which is just a little bit to the right side of Breakers. As you see, it's a pretty nice place. Not quite as extravagant, of course, but certainly the grounds and everything, very nice. And of course the other side backs up to the ocean, so they would have had a fantastic ocean view out the back of the house and on the lawn. So we're heading over and we're gonna probably go in right there, the entrance. study or library. Pretty snazzy ceiling here. Very cool. Fancy fireplace. This is the back of the Elms. Courtyard here, right in the back of the property, and then it opens up right into this beautiful lawn area behind. Where you can no doubt have a lot of parties outside or play games. Really beautiful. And then right on the other side of this huge tree here is actually, see the harbor of Newport. So, and that's visible from some of the upstairs windows right here at the property. Here are these gardens right behind the elms. Got little designs cut in the shrubs and the beautiful flowers. The water coming out there. It's nice. And on each corner they have a little, like a solarium area here, or a little room, an alcove you can get in and out of the weather if you had to.
We're at Buskers on Thames Street. It's an Irish pub. Very cute inside. I love how it's decorated. I'm having the bowl of their New England clam chowder. It's very good. It's a little different. They actually added, there's a dill flavoring to it. So if you like dill, awesome. If you don't like dill, you might not like it. Here we found a little path that you could safely come down. So this was the Red Parrot. We had a fabulous meal. We'll talk a little bit more about it later. He's like that girl. We're in Point Judith. We're taking the ferry now over to Block Island. It's a very pretty marina. The houses here sort of remind me of the houses at the beach in North Carolina. This is definitely a little fishing marina. It smells a little fishy. Boy, is it pretty. Here we go. All right, try the back. really excited to see how that is. So we'll take some good video over on Block Island.
Into the harbor here at the Block Island. As you can see, there's a nice motel right here. Pretty historic, you can tell. And here's a little town. Right here's the docks. We're gonna be pulling up to. There's a good one right there. This one here, here you go, this one right here. At least. So here's the 40 steps that go down to the water. As you can see. And then down here, you have a couple brave souls are swimming in the water. Very nice. This is the Mohegan Bluffs. You see first people are walking around down there, Lisa. See them?
Yeah, I saw it. Did you guys see the steak? No. Oh, you walked right over them. This is just a tiny little red steak. Right? You see the steak? No, where? When we were coming through.
Mohegan Bluffs. Super cool. This is a view in the other direction here of these Mohegan Bluffs. This is just, wow. I mean, you are standing up here on a cliff's edge here.
Comes in here is from Montauk. So we still have a ferry coming in, and that blue and white stripe, that's Champlin's Marina, and that's where the Montauk docks. And then you've got the boat basin, and that's the Ore Restaurant. Payne's Dock down here, and back over there, which you can't see, is the Hog Pen. So there are 4 marinas in New Harbor. All right.
So this is the little town when you get off the ferry. Right over there is where we ate at Rebecca's. Right here, right across the street from where you get off the ferry. It's called Star Department Store. So if you're looking just for t-shirts and sweatshirts and you want to pay a decent price, that's where you want to go. So, Star Department Store, I got a t-shirt, it was only 13 bucks, and my sweatshirt was 26, so pretty reasonable. Very cute down the street, easy walking. A lot of places if you want to rent mopeds, you can. We did a tour. probably talk a little bit more about that. That was with Charlene. She was a taxi and she did a phenomenal job taking us. There were 6 of us, so we got in our minivan. And she really knew the history and she knew the places to take you. So I'm gonna highly recommend Charlene and her taxi service. All right, so we came back here for ice cream, homemade ice cream. Here's Les sitting and eating his. I got one called chocolate assault. I tasted it, it's very good. How's yours, Les?
Chocolate chips, very good.
Okay, but I need to show you this. So this is on the back street when you come in. All right, so not only is it ice cream, it's a bakery. Look at this, guys. Amazing. Everything looks so beautiful. Look at the size of these cookies. Let's look at the cheesecakes. All right, so I'm gonna recommend all those. This is Point Judith Lighthouse. You can't get in. The Coast Guard has it surrounded, but you can come up. There's like a little park area right behind it that you can come up and get some pictures. And it is lighting. If you look close, you can see it lighting. All right, let's go over here and see what view we got over here. Let's see. Les is ahead of me.
Here on the cliff walk as comes out to the southern part of the cliff walk. You can see that some of it was paved, but now we're into just the rocky part, and you can easily walk it. It's not rough yet at all. They have rocks set out. They're pretty flat. You just step across from one to the other, but you do need good sneakers, would say is what's needed. You can see this cliff walk goes all the way around here. And then out here, you have your Chinese tea house right there. And then it goes all the way down to the end. And at the end, I believe that's a rough point at the end. But so far, cliff walk is very accessible. You just need some good shoes on. Now we're up here right close to the Chinese tea house right here. You can see the walkway is now just gravel now. And if you look back, you can see all that scenery right along the cliff walk all the way down through there. So here is this Chinese tea house. You see they built their patio right out over top of the cliff walk, so they made a tunnel for you to get through so that they could still have their beautiful access to it, but to the scenery, but still make the cliff walk accessible. But here we go, we're entering a tunnel. A tunnel. Alright.
This is cool.
It's like you're going in some ride at an amusement park here. There is another tunnel on the other side of the tea house. The walkway goes around to another tunnel underneath the lawn so that they have complete access to the ocean views.
Now we're eating ice cream. We're right across from Bannister's Wharf in downtown Newport. The ice cream is delicious. Kill winds. Oh, it's melting on me. Look faster, Lisa.
Kill winds.
Okay. It's delicious. A little bit pricey, but
Right
very,
beside a chowder shack.
very good though. All right, so now we're down in the wharf area. Walking down the street. We're here on a Wednesday. It doesn't seem as busy as it was the other days. So this is Bowen's Wharf. Blocked off brick streets, really cute little shops. We're gonna see what fun we can have here. And we'll show you if we find anything good. All right, so this is Barrister's Wharf. There's a Black Pearl. We might try that restaurant. So, the Cookie Jar and some other cute little places up through here. So we're gonna check them out. I'm gonna try the lobster bar for dinner tonight. Right along the marina.
Oh, there's another bar.
At the lobster bar, this is the outside view. Back at the town. And then here's where we sat. That's such a nice view. That we came to eat at, the Atlantic Grill, and it actually was very good. The New England clam chowder, we feel that of the week it was the best. Just a real cute atmosphere. So Very cute.
Have a good evening.
All right, so super cute over here. And then there is a bar area.
Welcome back to Traveling with the L's. We just returned from our trip to Newport, Rhode Island. We had a fantastic time, and one of the things we want to do is help you with, let you know what we did, and that way you'll be able to make wise decisions when it comes to your trip to Rhode Island. So one of the things we did right away as soon as we got there was we got tickets to the mansions, and we bought a 3-mansion pass that helped us so we could go to 3 different mansions.
There were several to choose from. There's plenty of mansions to tour, but the ones that we picked the Breakers, Rosecliff, and the Elms, and we enjoyed all 3 of those, but there's many that you can choose from on that 3-mansion ticket.
One of the things about the Breakers, that I'd say it's probably one of the most extravagant ones as far as like the opulence and just the sheer money that was spent on it. It's unbelievable. It is one of the true jewels of Newport. Whereas some of the other ones, like maybe we liked also the Elms, and that was a little bit more subdued. It, more homey, like lived in look to it.
Yeah, if you want to call that subdued, it was gorgeous with all the marble but what we love is not only the mansions, but the stories of the families that lived at the mansions and the history. And what's so amazing is the beautiful architecture. I can't imagine. They were getting ready to tear a lot of these mansions down until the Historical Society got a hold of them and were able to keep them, and they today are beautiful for tours and for you to enjoy, and it kind of makes you feel like you're back at that time when you're on those tours. And those tours, what's interesting about those too is they're all on your phone. There's an app you download, and then as you go from room to room, you can listen to what happened in that room, what the family did. So it was really interesting. We really thoroughly enjoyed the mansions.
And what we did too, instead of we didn't want to get overload on the mansions, so we did 1 mansion a day. And then what we did is we broke that up and did some other things during the day, so to help to make so it wasn't like one right after the other. Sort of you lose sort of the real thrill of it if you're doing them back to back to back. So we broke it up and did 1 every day.
Yeah, and something else we just want to give you a heads up. We were there the middle of September, and that's when the cruise ships start coming in to Newport. So the one day there was just 1, the other days there were 2. So we recommend that you do your tours of the mansions early.
Correct.
Because it does get crowded with those cruise ships. So get there early. We were there. Everyone, we made sure we were knocking on the door when it opened.
Correct. So one of the things we went to see also was one on our list that we wanted to get done was to go to Block Island, because again, we'd never been to Block Island, and was like a 1-hour ferry ride over from Port Judith over to Block Island. So that was something nice to do. We spent the better part of a day over Block Island just wandering around, and we also got a nice tour over there.
Before we talk about the tour, though, let's talk about the ferry. It did go out of Point Judith, and we did round trip, and it was it 20?
The total was about just under $50 for the 2 of us.
Yeah, so it was really reasonable, really reasonable. But our tour, when we got over there, that was so much fun. We got with taxi service.
It's called Digger's Cab.
It was called Digger's Cab, and you want to ask for Charlene because she knows her stuff on that island. She's been there, what'd she say, 30?
since
I
about
forget-
1982. So you've been there a long time.
Yes, 19. And so she really knows her history and knows where to take you.
Correct.
Some out of the way places. So, and she was super friendly. We had a lot of fun with her. She really likes to make it fun. So we
Correct.
recommend Charlene.
She took us to one of the places that was very neat was Mohegan Bluffs. And it's just huge cliffy areas where, I mean, the views there are just fantastic. And so you'll definitely want to see those. And I would say this too, as far as the riding around on either on a bicycle or a scooter, that it is a very hilly terrain over there, more than you would expect. And so we were glad we took the digger's cab because it got us there quickly. We didn't have to be all worn out, and we could really enjoy ourselves.
And we were very comfortable. She had a minivan that was super clean. The 6 of us fit in there just perfectly. So we had a wonderful time with her and really got to see the whole island. And like I said, she took us to places that I don't think other taxis probably do. So
Right.
it was really good. We highly recommend her.
Yep, very good. So that, yes, definitely don't miss out on Block Island.
Now let's talk a little bit about our food. We had some really good meals while we were in Newport, Rhode Island. And we're going to talk about our very first day. We went to Anthony Seafood.
Anthony Seafood, it's over more in Middletown than in Newport. One of the things that happened is it was so busy over in Newport that evening that we decided that we didn't want to deal with all the traffic because of the cruise ships and so forth. So we went over, and Anthony Seafood, what they had is it's actually a seafood market. So you can go in and you can buy anything you want as far as seafood goes and take it home with you. But they also have a little section where you can sit down and eat. And that's what we did. We ordered food that was made up right there, and we ate. Now, I got the fish and chips. I thought it was very good, very tasty, and I think it was cod was the fish I got.
Yeah, I had their fish tacos. They were phenomenal, the fish tacos. And what we didn't realize, we picked this just by chance, and it was so good. But we got in there and we realized they had on the wall that Guy Fieri was there from Diners, Dives, and Drive-Ins. So he had been there. So it's one of those type places if you want to try. But everybody enjoyed their food. They liked the clam chowder. Like I said, the fish tacos were phenomenal. So that's a place to try up in Middleton.
Very good. So the second day, when it came to the food, we decided we were going to have a real nice sit-down restaurant right in Newport, and we went to the Red Parrot. And the Red Parrot, it's just the outside of it really looks very historic and really nice. It goes along with the architecture in Newport. And one of the things I got the original baby back ribs. And so I like seafood, but it's not like the top of my list. So a lot of times we go out, I like to get burgers and ribs. And so the ribs there were fantastic. I would say probably the best ribs I've had in recent memory. That's just how good they were to my meal.
Yeah, I had the Coco Loco coconut shrimp wrap. That was very delicious. And the other ones in our group, they all love their food too. And we had a fantastic waitress. Her name was Callie. So if you get in there to the Red Parrot, ask for Callie. So you can tell her Traveling with the Elves sent you there. So, but the Red Parrot, everybody enjoyed their meals. It was a neat atmosphere too, because if you sit out front, the windows open up and it's almost like indoor-outdoor dining. So that was really neat.
Yes. So day 3, we were actually out on Block Island for that trip there. And one of the places we stopped was Rebecca's Lunch Stand there. And so it's actually right across from where the ferry comes in, and you get to walk right up the hill to the main street, and it's just off to your left. And one of the good things about that, it was not a sit-down inside restaurant where you had to spend a lot of time and a lot of money. It was just reasonably priced sandwiches, finger food, and she had a nice little seating area outside. You could sit and you could eat your your food and just look out at the water. So that was nice.
And that was recommended to us by our taxi service. And we were there for lunchtime, so we were looking for lunchtime fare, and it worked perfectly for us.
Right, very good. So on day 4, that was actually, we really wanted to go there early in the week, but again, it was a little busy and crowded down that area, down Bowen's Wharf. And so we decided on day 4, we went to the Lobster Bar. And that was a very nice restaurant. It sits right on the water, and you can see the boats and the sailboats are going in and out right beside you, right in front of you while you're sitting there eating. So that was a real good time. And I got the fish and chips also. And I did like that. I think they were cod fish, and it was the good thick pieces of fish like that. Now it was square, so you could tell they had cut it out, but they were good thick, almost an inch thick on those cod fillets, and they were delicious.
Yeah, and I love the atmosphere there because you could sit inside if you wanted, and it was decorated very nautical, or you could sit outside, and we sat outside. It actually is at the end of a pier. So you're the last building on the end of a pier. And if you're sitting outside, you can actually look through the cracks and see the water underneath you. So it was really neat. But I enjoyed, it was a lemon garlic shrimp. And it was mixed in with a nice thick pasta. So that was delicious. And the New England clam chowder was also very good.
That was
there.
one of the best ones of the week.
So that was very good there at the Lobster Bar. So we do recommend the Lobster Bar. The atmosphere is good. The food was good. So we enjoyed that.
Like most places right in Newport, a little pricey. So no question about that. But it was a good atmosphere and good food. So on day 5, we went to the Atlantic Grill, which is over in Middletown. And that's where we stayed over in Middletown. So it was convenient for us, but it's called the Atlantic Grill. And again, very good food there, delicious. That's where I got a burger there in the Atlantic Grill, and that was just delicious. A nice burger. It's like I think it was a bacon cheeseburger, but came with French fries. It was just what I wanted to hit the spot.
Yeah, we were actually there. We were still on the lunch menu. Hadn't switched over to the dinner menu yet. I had a cheesesteak, delicious, but that was our #1 clam chowder spot. We feel of all the places that we had the clam chowder, that the Atlantic Grill had the best. But there's one more thing that we can't forget to talk about, the ice cream.
Ice cream, again, it just goes with that, at the end of the day, you want a nice bowl of ice cream or something, or a cone. And so one of the places that we really liked the ice cream at was Kilwin's Ice Cream. And that was right on Thames Street, right there, just down from the Red Parrot. And they had delicious homemade ice cream. You could just tell. I'm a chocolate chip mint guy, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm a chocolate peanut butter cup girl. But both flavors were out of this world. Plus, I tried Newport Mud. That was really good too. So we definitely, for that, we had ice cream almost every day, but that was our favorite.
Correct.
That was our favorite ice cream. So now on to shopping, places to go shopping. I'm a silver jewelry girl, so we found a really nice place. It was called the Newport Silver Company, and that was right on Thames Street. And all us girls loved that. We were in there actually a couple times, and we all bought some new jewelry from the Newport Silver Company. And what I want to say is, first of all, their selection was amazing, and their prices were definitely very good too. So we're all excited about our new silver. So we recommend, if you're also a jewelry person, make sure you hit up the Newport Silver Company.
Yeah, it's a nice place, and it won't break the bank like some places that, you can get nice stuff there and reasonably priced. But other than that, there were a number of other places too that had just nice like souvenirs, t-shirts, sweatshirts, all that up and down that street. And again, the ladies like shopping, so they went in and out of all those stores, and then went back to where they found the best deal on the sweatshirt or the shirt they wanted, and made those purchases. So just walk around. It's a nice. You can spend a couple hours just walking up and down Thames Street, or there in Bowen's Wharf. There's shops all around that area. Park your car, pay to get your car parked there. That's another thing too, is the parking. You got to pay everywhere, and that's just something that it's sort of, you know, I mean, I guess it is the way it is in these cities and the resort towns, but everywhere you went, you had to pay to park. So that's something to keep in mind. There were very few places, even when you go out to the cliff walk, you got to pay to park out there.
There on Bowen's Wharf, I just want to give a shout out. I loved Primavera Gifts. That was you could find, if you're buying for other people, they did have jewelry too, but they had pottery, glassware, just a lot of variety of nice things to buy. And then over on, was it Barrister or Bannister? Barrister.
Bannister Wharf.
Bannister Wharf, which is one street over. Our friends found a shop where they repurposed old sails from sailboats into bags, and that they were super neat too. So make sure you check that out too.
There was a place over on Block Island that they like shopping at too, and it was called the Star Department Store. So they had a lot of good selection there too, of t-shirts and different like touristy things, sweatshirt stuff you're gonna want. And so that was also a good place too, where we got some great ice cream over there too, and that was at Aldo's Homemade Ice Cream. So it was back. That was like just behind the main street there, as you come up off of the ship there to the main street. You can walk behind there. It's like a little block behind there. They have a number of shops back there, and the ice cream shop. Again, that's all homemade. That was delicious stuff.
Yeah, that Star Department Store, what I liked about that is it was large, huge selection, and the prices were very good. So if you're somebody that likes to buy t-shirts and sweatshirts and you like to take them home for family, that is definitely where you want to go.
Correct. So finally, we're going to talk about where we stayed. And so, you know, there's a lot of hotels around there, and so we had a larger group, so we would have had to get 3 hotel rooms for our group. And so instead of that, we actually rented an Airbnb, and we got a nice house over in Middletown, Rhode Island. It was like 6-8 minutes from the downtown Newport when driving the vehicle. So it was very close, and we stayed at, it was called the Cozy Nest, Airbnb over in Middletown. Nice centrally located, nice quiet neighborhood.
Yeah, and what I want to say, if you're like me, the most important thing where you stay is comfort and cleanliness. This house was wonderfully clean. So, and it was appointed so cute. So we did stay there for 5 nights. And for 5 nights, including fees, because Airbnb does put some fees on there, it was $1,600. But honestly, when you think about what you would pay for 3 hotel rooms, that actually was pretty good.
It was very reasonable and more comfortable too. You had little things you could microwaves and refrigerators and all those good things that you like at home, and so they were in the
yeah.
Airbnb.
It was neat. It was neat too. So the Cozy Nest, it was a 3-bedroom. 2 were king size beds. The one room was a bunk set, and then a single with a pull out trundle. And then it was also a nice place if you're taking kids. There was a game room downstairs with air hockey, a theater room, and really nice outdoor areas for sitting, having your coffee in the morning, or if your kids like to play in the yard, there was a nice yard. So
there's also, it was very close to a couple really good breakfast places. In the morning we stopped at the Creamery, Newport Creamery, and also at the IHOP was right there. Yeah. You can't beat the IHOP for breakfast. But and then the Creamery had ice cream too. We went there for one night of ice cream. So that was within 2 blocks of where we stayed.
Yeah, so we really, really loved Newport, Middleton, Block Island. So this was a wonderful adventure, and hopefully you enjoyed coming along with us. And it's like a hidden gem. A lot of people that we've talked to didn't even know Newport had all these fantastic things to do and see. So if you're looking for a place to go along the eastern seaboard that's just a real cute little sailing town with fun things to do, we recommend.
And one of the things too, we like going a little bit of the off season. It's just not as busy. The crowds aren't as bad. The parking situation isn't as bad. So we do like those shoulder seasons, like spring and fall, is a time to go to these resorty areas, and you'll definitely get by a lot cheaper and have more time, more fun, because it's just not as crowded. What we want to do is we want to say we hope you have a fantastic time in your travel to Newport, Rhode Island, just like we did. And remember, you can always get all the tips you need and exactly where to go, where to stay, where to shop, where to eat, because you're traveling with the L's.
Newport.